Hello again. Now, the Zondo Commission of Inquiry into State Capture has found that former Public Enterprises Minister Lynne Brown was working with the Guptas. That's despite her claims of barely knowing the Guptas or their associates. A detailed account of how Brown facilitated Eskom's capture by the Gupta family can be found in Part 4 of the State Capture Report. Now, that report was released last Friday, delivered to the union buildings. It covers 6 subjects, including Eskom, the Free State asbestos and housing scandal. Now, let's unpack this Miss Brown matter here with Lindsay Dentlinger in our studios in Cape Town this afternoon. Lindsay, good afternoon and a happy Workers' Day to you. Although the day was yesterday, today it is the public holiday, but you and I, as true workers, we are in the shift. Tell us about the highlights of Miss Lynne Brown's mention in the State Capture Report, Part 4. Where are these key areas that are showing her relationship with the Guptas?
Well, Dan, as you asked there earlier, do we still remember Lynne Brown? Some might still remember her being the Western Cape Premier before she was appointed as the Public Enterprises Minister. And really from the onset, the Commission finds that her appointment as a Minister and the Minister of Public Enterprises at that was no coincidence. It believes that the Guptas probably had a hand in her appointment right from day one. And basically the Commission not finding Ms. Brown to have been a very honest witness before the Commission. Sadly, it also finds that her inability to remember pertinent facts related to her tenure, the Commission says, are attempts rather to cover up the fact that it finds that there were indeed links between the Guptas, or at least their associates. And Dan, really the key undoing for Ms. Brown, according to what is contained in this latest volume of the Commission's reports, are really her cell phone records. You will recall that Ms. Brown said she didn't really know the Guptas, nor did she know an associate by the name of Salim Essa. However, the Commission's findings of her cell phone records point to the fact that Salim Essa had called her at least 8 times in the run-up to the appointment of a new Eskom board back between 2014 and early 2015. And so the Commission not accepting that Ms. Brown did not know Mr. Salim Essa or who might have been on the other end of that cell phone line. If it wasn't him, it was certainly someone connected to him, and also not accepting the fact that she doesn't recall any information regarding to those cell phone calls, which in total were around 23 minutes long. And so really the upshot of what the Commission finds, it's their contention that Ms. Brown facilitated state capture, or at least helped the former president to facilitate state capture in the appointments that she allowed to be made to the Eskom board, that these were people that were seen to be pliable enough as to facilitate the state capture project, and that she had allegedly also interfered in decisions that were up to the board of whether or not to suspend certain officials, and all with the view to aid the Guptas' plans to obtain lucrative contracts for themselves through Eskom. So although no criminal findings made or recommendations made that Ms. Brown be pursued from a legal perspective, it is certainly the Commission's finding that she's been a less than truthful witness before the inquiry, and that it doesn't quite accept some of the testimony that they feel has been contradictory, and that she had been trying to pass the buck to officials in her department.
Lindsay, some of the people mentioned or implicated in one way or another in the State Capture Report, straight from Part 1 right up to this latest Part 4, have made comments after the release and the publishing or publication of the reports. Has Ms. Lynne Brown said anything at all since Friday?
Unfortunately, she has not, Dan, but I have reached out to her in attempts to elicit her comment. As you know, this is not the first set of findings that has been made against her by the Commission. There were previous volumes which contained information related to Transfet, and there too adverse findings made against Ms. Brown. She said last night that she was still studying the findings against her, and she was not yet at a point to comment on any of the things that have been said about her in what is quite a voluminous document related to Eskom and all things Eskom. But we have requested from her that should she find herself in a position to respond at some point in the future, that she does so through our channel. But no, we have not had any official comment in response to any of the findings that the Commission has made against her.
Thank you very much for that update, Lindsay Dentlinger, this hour about what's come out of Part 4 of the state capture report that was delivered to Union Buildings last Friday.